time for Game 3. No rest for the weary. We're coming at you bang, bang, bang throughout the day. 8 of them, that's right, 8 of them of the first 32 gets going here in this tournament. 8 of 32 today. And we got 4 coming your way tomorrow. And then the women on Saturday and Sunday. And we're back here on the 18th and 19th. It is the NWAC tournament. I'm Mark Hawkins with Josh Helbig. And Josh Helbig as well. As we're happy to bring you this tournament. Just skyrocketed on that last game, as it was solid to begin with, but it just kept going with as close as it turned out to be, and a victory 86-81 for Tacoma, upsetting the number 1 seed. That would be North Idaho, number 1 out of the East, Tacoma number 4 out of the West, and that's how it can turn out when you're playing these games. You just never know. Now we're going to take a look at our next matchup. It's also men, and we'll feature the Bellevue Bulldogs. They are the North number 3 team, making their 29th appearance in the NWAC tournament, and they face the Umpqua Riverhawks. The Riverhawks been around a long time. This is their 8th appearance in the NWAC tournament, and so they come in as the South number 2 team, so they're the higher seed, and they will be the home team in this game. The coaching staff for Bellevue is head coach Jeremy Eggers, assistant coach Marcus Tibbs, also other assistants Tom Eggers, Luke Hammond, and Marcus Furman. And here's their starters. Sophomore, 6'1" guard from Shorewood High School, just down the road in Shoreline, Washington, Taylor Freeman. Also starting at guard, a 6'2" sophomore out of Newport High School in Bellevue, David Babian. Starting as a guard, a freshman, 5'10", Sunset High School in Portland, Trey Nelson. And in the other guard position as the point guard, also from Shorewood High School in Shoreline, that is a 6'1" sophomore, Jordan Muir-Kyung, K-E-U-N-G. And in the middle, freshman at 6'8" from Mercer Island High School from the Rock, that's Max Tilden. And so you have Taylor Freeman, David Babian, Trey Nelson, Jordan Muir-Kyung, and Max Tilden for the Bellevue Bulldogs. Now, let's take a look at, from Roseburg, Oregon, the Umpqua Riverhawks. Their head coach is Daniel Leeworthy. He's in his 4th year. Should mention Jeremy Eggers in his 14th season at Bellevue. So let's take a look at the starters for Umpqua. First of all, sophomore, 5'10" guard out of Largo, Maryland, in Largo High School, Timmy Thompson. Also starting as a freshman, 6-foot guard out of Weber, Utah, and that's Weber High School in Ogden, Utah, Grant Ellison. Also out of Reno, Nevada, I think I'm all over the place, Jovan Edison. He is a sophomore, 6'10" center. At freshman guard, a 6'2" player from Townsville, Australia, and that's the name of his high school, Ethan Betts. And also for Umpqua, out of East Union, California High School and Manteca, California, Jacob Danoff, a sophomore forward at 6'7". Head coach Daniel Leeworthy and assistant coach Justin Lott. Again, the starters, Timmy Thompson, Grant Ellison, Jovan Edison, Ethan Betts, and Jacob Danhoff. It is Umpqua as the home team against Bellevue. Now let's take a look at the records in this one. Umpqua coming in at 10-6 in the South region, 18-9 overall. For Bellevue, 8-6 in the North region, 18-11 overall. So pretty close on records. And Bellevue averaging 74.8 points per game as they do on offense. On defense, allowing 73.1 for a plus differential of 1.7. For Umpqua, they average scoring 83.7 and giving up 78.5, plus differential of 5.2. Looking at both these teams, they've each lost their last game and have gone 2-3 in their last 5 games. Roster composition-wise, for Umpqua, they have 3 sophomores, 6 freshmen, total of 9. For Bellevue, 3 sophomores, 8 freshmen, total of 11. Umpqua will be in the white uniforms. Green is their color scheme for Bellevue. They're in the blue uniforms, red and white in their color scheme. And I think we're ready to go. Todd Elvig back on the throne.
You like that? You like that Rocky theme there in the background?
Oh, you know, I love the Rocky theme in general. And for you to implement it like that, once again, takes STSPN to the next level. Appreciate that. So
Actually, I'm not. I'm.
I love that logo for the Riverhawks. You sounded like Jackie Gleason there. Humana.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a misfire on the jump ball. Crew chief is Al Leonard. Umpire number 1, Eric Cheatley, and umpire number 2, Justin St. Pierre. And we are underway. Umpqua with the basketball out of Roseburg, Oregon. Beautiful neck of the woods down in the southwest portion. Basket good by Grant Ellison. Grant is a good one. He averages 20.1 points per game and 3.8 rebounds per game. We have been fully entertained, and hopefully you as well in our viewership, by 2 great games to get us started. Taylor Freeman connects and ties it at 2. Todd, we've seen this in both of the first 2 games where it goes 2-0, 2-2, and then in the last game, North Idaho pulled away. A little slippage right there. That's going to be a foul called against Trey Nelson. Now, I'm calling it fair and biased. I will tell the audience that during the regular season, and this was my 10th year of calling Bellevue College basketball, which has familiarized me with this team. I've also seen Umpqua before, and so it is, and that is another point as to why I love community college basketball too, having been around it for a decade. And also my first year of college before going to Washington State University, I was at Highline College and involved with the basketball team. We are really happy to be here because this is a fun tournament.
Oh, it's a great tournament. I mean,
yeah.
All you have to do is spend 5 minutes watching this game, and it's as good a basketball as you get anywhere.
Yeah, it really is. The competition level, and in these first 2 games, has been incredibly intense. Peninsula won 70-62, and Tacoma with the upset, 86-81. Who knows where this is going? Tied at 2 apiece in the early going. Bellevue with the basketball. They've had a tremendous program for many years. Ernie Woods was there, led them to 2 championships in 68 and 93. Jeremy Eggers, in his 14th season, hasn't won a championship, but just about everything else. They have had a tremendous run, a very upbeat program. And the big news breaking out that Jeremy Eggers has been named the athletic director at Bellevue College. He is going to give up coaching. He's got a lot on his plate. Hopefully we see him back in the coaching ranks at some point. But, man, I'll tell you, that guy has been so much fun to work for and with, and truly believes in televising the games too. He really started that out in his first year, and it's a tradition that's carried on for 14 years. So great exposure.
Over there at Bellevue?
At Bellevue, yeah.
I think Jeremy needs to give us a call.
Yeah, well, they have a great TV program.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's self-contained. The foul is called against Timothy Thompson, his first team foul. Team foul's even at 1. But, the thing is, Todd, and I know for a couple years we've been involved with Shoreline Community College off the rim, and hopefully again next year, they get the fact that when you're blasting it out on the World Wide Web and you're doing a quality broadcast, that people notice, and it helps for recruiting too. Jeremy's always had that. He's known that.
That's absolutely the truth.
Well, we're still tied at 2. 2.5 minutes into the first half here. A little bit of a different start from the last game when North Idaho just bursted out the gate. And that is going to be a miss. As tell you what, they just keep going back and forth. And still another miss on this end, almost 3 minutes in. Bellevue going the other direction on the 1-on-3 thought shot. Yeah, and again, you're just getting used to the surroundings. And
it's an odd time of day, too.
It is. Now, Bellevue won the first time these 2 teams met in non-division or region competition. That's a good basket right there for Trey Nelson. Lead switches hands for the first time as Bellevue's on top, 4-2. It was 75-69 back on December 4th. Man, that's a long time ago now. You think about over 3 months ago when these 2 teams faced each other at Umpqua. Turnaround jumper, Javon Edison is good. Tied up at 4 apiece. Those first 2 games, Todd, had us on the edge of our chairs that they were so intently competitive. And taking it in for 2 more, Taylor Freeman. Freeman averages 16.2. He's off to a good start. Taking it off the glass will be Ethan Betts to tie it up again.
I think some of the shots in the last game, they're worth going back and watching.
Yeah, and those games are archived, correct?
They are.
Todd, how do they go about finding them on which outlet?
On both.
On both. So the two different are YouTube and what's the other one again?
Well, both STSPN and NWAC Sports Network.
Yeah, so go on the NWAC Sports Network or STSPN.com if you want to check out those two games, or as we move along, we got 32 games. These games will all be archived.
That's correct. And last year's games.
Amazing. And thank you for doing that. Umpqua with the basketball going to be missed. That's a tough one. You can say, how did that guy that big miss the shot? As Edison, standing at 6'10", had that rattle out. Tied at 6. Got it. Elijah Tyson into the game. Gives Bellevue the 2-point lead. He throws it away. Picked off by Nelson. Here he comes. Going to slow it up. Now, one thing to watch about Nelson is how when he gets underneath for a rebound, he really gets up in the air. And you will see him in there a number of times during the game. I see the ball going out of bounds now. And Todd, I noticed that you were able, thanks to your good buddy and son Josh, both of you were able to get one of those incredibly outstanding sandwiches from Jimmy Mac's. I mean, those are excellent. He's now on camera. Okay. Umpqua with the basketball in front court. In fact, the Umpqua Bank, originally founded in Roseburg, Oregon. That's just that whole area down there. Now they're headquartered in Portland. I'm sure many people throughout the region have their funds in Umpqua Bank. Umpqua ice cream down there too. Driving it in, getting the basket is Jordan Muir-Kyung, and a 4-point lead for Bellevue. 10-6. Winner of this game will play the winner of the next game between South Puget Sound and Big Bend. Really been enjoying seeing those Big Bend TV ads on the screen there. We got, looks like an offensive foul. Yep, that's going to go against Edison, his first. Second team foul. Each team has 2 fouls. Now we have a timeout on the floor. 14:30 left, first half. 10-6. Stay with us.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
We are back live. Thanks for being with us at the Walt Price Student Fitness Center, Everett Community College on STSPN.com. Mark Ockett and now Josh Elvig is sitting in at the controls as Todd does a quality control inspection on the entire system to make sure everything's firing all right. We've had good success so far, and we're having a good time. Yeah, if you're just joining us, we're up on the running track above the court. You can't ask for a better view. We've done a lot of tournaments in here for high school, and our second year doing the NWAC. Short on the shot. They get the ball in a fresh 30 on the clock. Bellevue has the 4-point lead. They want to keep this alive for Jeremy Agers. Taking it in, Trey Nelson, as I mentioned earlier, after years of being the assistant athletic director and longtime coach for Bellevue, he has been named the athletic director just this week, and couldn't happen to a better guy. Mel Stubblefield is the women's coach. Bellevue will also have the women's team playing in this tournament. That will be starting on Saturday. That time the foul was against Bellevue's Jordan Muir-Kyung. His first third-team foul. We got a foul, shots on the way. Going to the foul line will be Jovan Edison. He'll have the 2. He's got 2 points so far. First trip to the line for either team. Foul that time is against Jaden Volman, his fourth team. So looking at the totals, Bellevue has 4 and 2 for Umpqua. Oh, how did that not go in? Man, sometimes the ball has a mind of its own. He'll give it another shot. And it's good. Bellevue's lead had been 6 points. That was their biggest lead of the game, now down to 5. Jordan Murakyung, a sophomore, handles the ball quite well. Averages 16.5 points per game. They go inside. It's Taylor Freeman up to 6 points in this one. Murakyung is the leading scorer for Bellevue by 0.3 over Freeman. Murakyung also averages 5.6 rebounds per game. Bellevue entering today's game with their 29th appearance in NWAC. They've been around and in the tournament a long time. Between Ernie Woods and also Jeremy Eggers and the missed shot, they are 43 and 42 all time in 29 appearances. They don't want to drop to 500 and have their season end, so they want to stay above it. 7-point lead now at 14-7. They moved it really smart that time. He had a good shot, just didn't get it to drop. Missed shot by Nelson. Let's see what Umpqua can do. Umpqua's a good team with that solid 10-6 record. Pull-up jumper connects. Darren Gethers, his first 2 points of the game. He averages 9.3 per contest. Bellevue just kind of patiently taking their time here, lots of time, and forced it up. Maybe a little too quick that time. Rebound hauled down as we're 7.5 minutes into the first half. Quick passes. Yeah, it looked good. Great release by Jacob Danhoff. And he makes it now a 2-point game, so they've whittled 5 points off the deficit. Fans, if you're looking for a challenge, push yourself further. Begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. Missed shot there. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields, and it could even earn money for you for college. Wow, slamming it home. Edison tying it up at 14 on a 7-0 run. If you qualify to earn money for college, it's a great way to get it paid for. To find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to goarmy.com. Tied at 14. Bellevue trying to break this little skid, and they do. That's Trey Nelson taking his point total up to 6 in the game. Tied with Taylor Freeman for most points in the game. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs once again. Ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to be Bulldogs ball. Now, they were originally called the Helmsmen. Bellevue's in its 50th year, Everett here in its 75th year, so both of them celebrating anniversaries. There's some lineup changes, and Bellevue was the Helmsman for a long time, and then about 15, 16 years ago changed to the Bulldogs. Helmsman, obviously a rowing term type connection. Bellevue just not too far off the water on the east side in the Puget Sound region, not too far from Lake Washington. Going the other direction this time, that is Taylor Freeman. He's going to be whistled for the foul. That'll be his first foul, 5th team foul. So Bellevue starting to stack them up with 11:03 left in the first half. Watch that 32. He's big. He can bury it from the outside, though. There's a three-pointer. Darren Gethers drills it, drains it, and Umpqua's on top. 17-16. So they are on a 10-2 run. They were down by 7 points. Now they're up by 1. Goes out of bounds. Umpqua's going to get it back again. Things working out in their favor right here. Eggers surveying his troops over on the sideline there. So his lovely wife Jolene before the game. I know she's happy, and they have 3 girls. Happy that Jeremy got the athletic director job. Now the hunt begins for a new head coach to replace him. We'll see how that plays out. He'll certainly be the man involved in making the decision. Wants to leave it in good hands, of course, as it has been for the last 14 years. Bellevue with the rebound. Down by 1 point. Excellent comeback by Umpqua. Good, strong rebound by Jacob Danhoff. He averages 9.5 per game. Pull-up jumper, good. Love that shot by Ellison. He came in, stopped at the right point, and a quick release gets it done. A 3-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Missed shot, no foul. That's Ellison coming the other direction with the basketball. Dishes off to Gethers, takes it in. Count the basket, and one. So Gethers up to 7 points. He's quick. That'll be the 6th team foul against Bellevue. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. 21-16 the score, a 5-point lead for Umpqua, and they're on a 14-2 run. Stay with us. You're viewing on STSPN.com.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to Basketball City, USA.
I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that would try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like I need to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath. Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What's a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
And we are live. Thanks for being with us live as we're bringing in the action in the third game of 8 today, our Ocho header. 8 games brought to you by many great sponsors, including Olympic College, a great place to hit the field, pursue your dreams on and off the field. With 11 women's and men's athletic teams and numerous academic programs, there's something for everyone at Olympic College. Learn more at olympicccollege.info/athletics. Looks like we had a net malfunction up there. They're having to fix it. Jeremy Hager's Mr. All-Purpose helping to get that job done. Be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. Stay on top of all things NWAC, Northwest Athletic Conference. Finest community college athletic conference in America. 33 teams strong in 4 regions encompassing 3 states. This is where the action is. So the foul that time was against Taylor Freeman. I make that Jacob Shadle, his first. 6-team foul. And trying to wrap it up will be Gethers, and he does it. So it is a 3-point play. Gethers now has his point total up to 8. Hit a 3-ball, couple of field goals, and the foul shot. 22-16, they got it up to a 6-point lead. After Bellevue had it up to a 7-point lead. What a swing. Missed by Tilden. Tilden has not scored a point yet. He averages 7.5 points per game. Gethers again off the rim. Nobody under the basket that time. Muir Kyung getting the job done as he'll bring it into front court at a rapid pace. Under 9 minutes to go in the first half. This one moving right along. Tilden, too tight there. Good hand reaching in that time is Danhoff. He's going to take it all the way down, lays it in. Slick moves for a guy his size, I'll tell you. Danhoff at 6'7", and he looked like Magic Johnson taking it down court that time. 8-point lead, 24-16. We're going to have a right in the hip foul. That one is going to go against Umpqua. Foul is going to be on Ethan Betts, his first. Bellevue basketball. This one is really turned around. Now they're on a 17-2 run. 8-point deficit as the Bulldogs will have the basketball. Inbound pass, tight defense. Got to work hard at it here. Out top on the right side, outside the arc. Murakyung Thung comes off, or Thud comes off the rim. Oh, that one's loose, and it's going to be turned. Oh no, Bellevue's still going to have the basketball. No foul. 8-point lead, and Bellevue's trying to stop the bleeding. Don't want to have to play catch-up, although it can turn around quickly with this game of runs. Tilden with the basketball, puts it up top. That is Volman. Volman drops off to Tilden. Yes, off the glass. 24-18, his first 2 points of the game. Leading scorer for Umpqua is Geathers. He's got 8. And Bellevue has 2 at 6, Freeman and Nelson. This guy's got a nice short mid-range jumper. Grant Ellison has 6 points. A couple just like that. Very effective and not afraid to put it up, which you really like to see. Murakyung has the ball stripped away from him. And there's that guy again. That's Grant Ellison, averages the 20 points a game. Takes it in. He's going to have 2 shots coming up. Ellison will be going to the foul line for the first time as he was hacked going in, and that for Bellevue will be team foul number 7. The foul is going to go against Jordan Murakyung, his second foul. Ellison at the foul line, and a chance to extend that lead up to 10 points. Gets the first one. Substitution, Taylor Freeman will come back in the game for Jordan Murakyung. Next one is good. Umpqua is 4 for 5 from the foul line. 10-point lead, 28-18. Their biggest lead of the game, biggest lead for either team. They're stifling Bellevue at this point in time, but still lots of game left with coming up on 7 minutes to go in the first half. With the basketball, Shadle drives in, misses the shot, goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Bellevue Bulldogs. Time once again in a second for our in-game stock report since the market's still open for about another half hour. The Dow down $7.72. NASDAQ 158, it's down. And S&P up 27.27 here today as it's starting to gain momentum as we head into the last hour before the bell. Bellevue, missed shot right there. Great positioning by Edison. Here they go the other direction, and solid presence of mind right there is throwing the ball off a Bellevue player was Daniel Reno, who's just into the game. 10-point lead, and Umpqua will have the basketball. Had a nice look on it, but it's kind of hard to hit those runners sometimes when you're starting to slide out of bounds. But it is going to be Geathers getting the basketball to keep it alive for Umpqua. Riverhawks over on the left side. Geathers going in. A little too much effort trying to get there and not enough left in the tank when he got to the hoop. It happens. Ooh, near travel. He gets it back. Doesn't connect. And we got a foul coming in hard that time is David Babion. He's going to be called for his first foul and the 8th team foul. And remember, winner advances to the second quarterfinal tomorrow at 4 o'clock against the winner of the South Puget Sound Big Bend game, which is coming up next year. Loser is out. Foul that time is on Babion. And at the foul line will be Betts. Betts misses the foul shot, so he just gets the one. It's 1-and-1 time. Only 3 fouls for Umpqua. A little bit of a shoulder in there. They let it go on both sides. Tapped around a couple of times. Nelson gets it back. I told you he can sky. Babion. And this is going to be on the floor, an on-the-floor foul called against Umpqua on a blocking foul. Team foul number 4, and the foul is on Edison, his second. Bellevue inbound on the right baseline. Checking back in for Umpqua is number 32, as you see Jacob Danhoff, and coming out of the game will be Edison. He's the team leader with 4 fouls. Betts has 1, and Thompson has 1. On the other side, Murakyung has 2. He is out of the lineup at present. David Babion will inbound. Around the horn they go, Freeman. Ooh, yeah, on his traveling. I thought there might be a foul called there, but I think that's a good call. Goes back to Umpqua. Again, our officiating crew chief Al Leonard. Umpire number 1 is Eric Cheatley, and umpire number 2, Justin St. Pierre. Over time, in their 8 appearances, Umpqua is 11-11. So these two teams combined are 54 and 53 all time in the NWAC tournament, which has been going on for some time. And NWAC officially created, it was 6 letters, and then they shortened it a couple of years ago. It was NWAACC. Northwest Athletic Association of Community Colleges. And they changed it to the Northwest Athletic Conference. I like it. A little chat there on the sideline. Now, timeout there, talking things over. Official timeout. Now I think they're ready to go. Umpqua will inbound on the back baseline. Everybody trying to get on the same page. PSG Washington is a proud sponsor of this year's tournament. The PSG team of highly skilled employee benefit consultants is here to guide you toward making the best decisions for your business and employees. Throughout the Northwest, no other firm can match their unparalleled blend of experience. That's right, if you want employee benefit consultants, these are the people to see. Their experience and dedication is top-notch for customer service. PSG Washington, we're not satisfied until you're satisfied. It will be Umpqua with the basketball. Driving the right baseline, dropping it in off the left-handed shot is Timmy Thompson. It's a 12-point lead, 30-18. Oh, off the glass. Babian got it done. 30-20 now. $20 on the shot clock, plenty of time. And knocked out of bounds, Bellevue basketball. They're going to have to start making plays like this to get back into the game. Bellevue getting some cheers and some support as to trying to get things going after scoring that basket. Might be a bit of a turnaround for them. And then getting the ball back. Pull-up jumper, rolls and rims out of there. Bellevue with the loss on the miss that time and getting the rebound will be Timmy Thompson into front court. Umpqua is not going to make it easy. That's a good matchup right there. Danhoff against Tilden. 2-point basket good by Geathers. He takes his point total up to 10. It's back to a 12-point lead. Bellevue definitely in a hole right here, down by a dozen, a 4-possession game, and under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Certainly a good opportunity for them to start making a statement before they head into the locker room at halftime. That went off the backside of the rim, and they got it cleared out there. Bellevue's not getting a lot of chances underneath. Oh, missed on both of them. That second shot, well, and actually both shots looked like they were going to go in. We have a timeout on the floor. Looking at the clock, 4:17 left to go in the first half, and our score is Umpqua 32, Bellevue 20. We'll be back with more on STSPN.com.
Aviation warrant officers deal in high-pressure situations, life-saving disaster rescues, delivering soldiers and payloads to critical areas, and engaging enemy targets. Supported by an aviation mechanic team on the ground, guard pilots control the sky.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you. For them. Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Thanks for being with us on STSPN.com. 4:17 left, first half. Umpqua leading 32-20. Appreciation to all our great sponsors. The official ball of the NWAC tournament is Baden. Official hotel, Red Lion Hotels Corporation. Thank you to both of them as they have great signage up around. Also, good to see this Snohomish County Tourism Bureau out here and the Sports Commission. Plenty of good freebies down below. Turnaround, soft touch by Ellison again. He is deadly in there. You get him in that 7 to 12 foot range, and he's suddenly up to 10 points and is tied with Gethers for the scoring lead. 3-point basket, good by Trey Nelson. He's got 9. 34-23. So the biggest lead was 14 briefly. Umpqua just bringing it at Bellevue as they've certainly got some renewed confidence once they build up that lead coming back on the big run. Traveling call, a lot of steps in there. Bellevue will get it back, and here's an opportunity to try to close the gap. Julian Mackey is into the game. He had to deal with an injury and just got back for Bellevue a couple of weeks ago. $11-point game. Just got to chip away if you're Bellevue. Umpqua setting their defense to try to prevent Bellevue from climbing back into this. Out high on the man-to-man. Good dump on the pass that time. Volman finds Mackey, and a little bit different combination cuts the deficit to 9 points. This time short. Ellison with the miss, and Bellevue yanks it down for the rebound. Here they come, another opportunity, and thrown away. That's too bad. He was looking over on the left side for Mackey and didn't get the job done. Picked off. Ellison, bounce pass, watch. He hit a 3-ball earlier, rims out this time. Bellevue needs to slow it up just a little bit. Trey Nelson with the basketball coming out of backcourt. Got to be smart on the passes. Way outside, there is Freeman off the rim. Nobody under the basket to help him out. And so they only get one shot. And Umpqua coming out of backcourt now. You got to have somebody or a couple people underneath the basket, and otherwise you're not going to get more than one shot at it on those rebounds. A blocking foul will be called against the Bulldogs. That foul is going to go against Mackey, his first. Team foul number 9. 4 team fouls called against Umpqua. Thompson at the foul line. He'll have 2 shots. First one really rattles out of there. This is his first trip to the line. And a dual substitution. 9-point lead. Thompson averages 12.9 per game. Sitting with the 2 so far. Next one is good. So it's back to double figures. And we have a timeout on the court. 35-25 the score. And we'll be back with more heading down the home stretch here of the first half with 2:25 left to go. NWAC tournament on STSPN.com. Thanks for being with us.
The commercial pilot program at Big Bend teaches students to fly and gives them the ratings and certificates necessary to work as a commercial pilot. Many of our students come to the commercial pilot program with little or even no aviation experience. They'll start flying an aircraft on day 2, and they progress through training with an instructor to flying the aircraft by themselves, traveling to other airports throughout the Northwest, and they get to learn to fly in a variety of different aircraft. Our students are all scheduled to fly twice a week at a minimum.
We thank all of our sponsors. We're seeing some really great ads compiled by the different schools and our various sponsors. Thank you so much for being a part of the NWAC tournament here in 2017. Third game of the day, Peninsula and also Tacoma have won so far. They'll face each other in a quarterfinal tomorrow at 2 o'clock. That ball's knocked out of bounds. Danhoff gets control of it. Here comes Ellison out of backcourt, just a freshman. Ellison in the starting lineup. It's been a big factor for them out of Weber, Utah High School. It's always interesting to see where some of these players come from and how the word gets out. But, you know, you got scouts and bird dogs out there that can help you, connections, help you find these players, sometimes clear across the country. Shot clock violation. That basket will not count. So it is a 10-point lead for Umpqua, but Bellevue will have the basketball, and they need a couple of good runs down court with baskets. Otherwise, it could be 14 or 12-point deficit or so going into the locker room at halftime. Into the game is Tyson. He goes to Mackey. Now Nelson, short on the shot. Didn't work that time. And that big guy right there, Danhoff, getting the rebound. Impressed with him so far in this game. We'll take a look at statistics when we come back from the break at halftime. Thompson with the basketball. He's surrounded and looks like he's going to throw it off the Bellevue player. Gets it to go off Mackey. Smart play. When you're in a position like that, that's about all you can do is throw it low off your defender's body, and hopefully they don't get their hands on it and intercept it. Ellison again. Boy, this kid can shoot. That is incredibly impressive what he's put forth. 5 field goals, all from Tulane, but they're the kind of shots you dream of because they're close in. He's not a super big guy. Let's see, Ellison is at 6 feet, and he makes the most of every inch of it. That's a good ball player right there. And he has just been sensational. Close in around the basket as the timeout called on the floor, a 12-point lead. I think we'll keep it right here. Tell you, if you're nearby or if you're planning on taking a trip, I don't care where you are in our viewing audience, even if you're overseas watching this game and you get over here, head on out to the Swinomish Casino and Lodge. It includes 98 luxury rooms overlooking Padilla Bay and the San Juan Islands. It's beautiful there. It's right by Anacortes. Dine at 13 Moons Restaurant, which features flavors of hand-cut alderwood grilled seafood, the best you're going to find, meats, and the freshest flavors of the Northwest. 800 table games and slots out there at SwinomishCasinoandLodge.com. Check it out. It's a beautiful drive, too. You get a chance to go over Deception Pass up there. Be well worth your time. 37-25. Now Bellevue winding it down here. There's 10 seconds now, 8 on the shot clock. Taking it in, pull-up jumper. You could tell that was going to fall short by Nelson. And Umpqua has the basketball. Shot clock dead. 22 seconds left in the half, and Umpqua is just going to take their time and play for the one shot, which we will see most likely at about the 7-second mark when they kick their offense into gear. With the basketball is Thompson. Now, here we go, 7 seconds. Thompson going into motion, passes over on the left side. 3-ball, yes! Oh, that's a big one. That's a backbreaker. Ethan Betts buries it. It's a 15-point lead at 40-25, and we are at the half. Bellevue's going to need a big pep talk at halftime. Big pep talk from Jeremy Agers and the 4 assistant coaches. I know they're capable of it, and we'll see. They could come back firing out the gate in the second half. Umpqua will not take them lightly, so no matter the fact it's a 15-point lead, this one far from over. And we'll be back with more after we take a break here for about 10 minutes on STSPN.com. It's the NWAC tournament, first day, game 3 of 8 today. Lots of good stuff coming your way on STSPN.com.
we believe in investing in our future, one built with dedicated, skilled, and hardworking people. And with the new career and technical education facility at North Idaho College, the future is bright. Today's students are tomorrow's workforce, and North Idaho College's career and technical education program will provide the training that will get you the job. Together, let's build the future. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
Aviation warrant officers deal in high-pressure situations, life-saving disaster rescues, delivering soldiers and payloads to critical areas, and engaging enemy targets. Supported by an aviation mechanic team on the ground, guard pilots control the sky.
I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community.
Here we go. We are live, and we are bringing it to you from the Make That Walt Price Sports Fitness Center, Everett Community College, STSPN.com. I'm Mark Ockett, along with Josh Elvig and Todd Elvig up here, and I see they got that couch filled down below. The great sponsor, Jimmy John's. You get to sit in the couch for the game. Part of the festivities here at the NWAC tournament, second year at Everett, and right now, Umpqua in this third game for a chance to go to the quarterfinals is leading Bellevue by 15 points, 40-25. Bellevue was off to a good start at 14-7, but it's not gone well since that time, as Umpqua has outscored them 33-11. A 33-11 run. Bellevue will have the ball to start the second half. They go from right to left on your screen in the dark uniforms. Turnaround shot, good way to start the half by Jordan Muir-Kyung. Only had 2 points in the first half, and he averages 16.5 points per game. We'll see if he is a spark plug to help Bellevue climb back into this one. Ellison dropping a pass down low. Good defense by Tilden. Wraparound pass comes loose. And a miss. Yeah, we got a whistle. Just going to be, that is going to be a foul. It's going to be a foul called against Edison, his first team foul. Now there's a guy to keep an eye on. He's got 3, and a couple other guys have 1 each. Bellevue's leader in fouls is Jordan Muir-Kyung with 2. Got into some trouble there in front court. Oh, Tilden. Tilden gets the basketball and gets fouled. Good thing looks like he didn't get hurt, which is good. He hit the floor kind of hard and out of balance that time. This time the foul is on Darren Gethers, his first. Second team foul. It'll be out of bounds, Bellevue, but very quickly we see that Umpqua has 2 team fouls on him. They moved it really well. Let's see if they can capitalize. Couldn't find a shot, kicks it out. Jordan Muir-Kyung. Oh, tough break right there. It was in the cone, but came out. That could have cut it down to a 10-point deficit. Quickly, Umpqua comes the other direction with the basketball. 18-9 overall on the season. It's deflected away. Bellevue going to make a rush for it right there. Taking it in too hard off the glass is Trey Nelson, and Umpqua going to get it back. Still plenty of time, but you got to close those deals. Umpqua up by the 13. Through the first half, Bellevue shot 34.3% overall and just 1 for 9 in three-pointers. They did not go to the foul line. Leading scorer was Trey Nelson, and the basket is good over on the right side. Now they get it done. Betts with 2. Back to a 15-point lead. Tilden going to try to back in and get it done his own way this time. Off the glass, good. That's a big league move right there. He's just a freshman out of Mercer Island High School. Very strong tradition there for many, many years, led by Ed Peppel, who retired about a decade ago and is the all-time winningest coach in state history. I imagine he still pokes his head in, checks and see how basketball is going there as he built that Mercer Island program. Down to 13 now as Ellison has been just dynamite with those soft mid-range jumpers. Kicks a pass out off the rim. Good board by Nelson. There he is getting that leaps going, and he's going to pass over on the right side to Volman. Volman takes it in. He's fouled with 2 shots. So Bellevue's going to go to the foul line for the very first time in this game. Foul this time is going to be whistled against Danhoff, his first. 3rd team foul. We'll see if Volman can help Bellevue close the gap a little over 2.5 minutes into the second half. Our next game features South Puget Sound against Big Bend. South Puget Sound a 1 seed, and they're out of the West, and Big Bend is out of the East. They're the number 4 seed. Miss on the foul shot. That doesn't help. Through the first half, Umpqua shot 48.5%. That's not too shabby. 3 for 7 in three-pointers. He makes the second one. Then they were 5 for 8 from the foul line. Rebounds, 22 for Umpqua, 19 for Bellevue. Bellevue had 8 turnovers and 6 for Umpqua. 7 assists. Basket is good. Ellison now with 14 points. Back up to a 14-point lead. Bellevue throws it away. They need a burst of energy and some efficiency on making those shots, or they're going to see Umpqua just pull away. Loser is out. Winner advances. Again, be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. 2 shots coming up. And going to the foul line is Timmy Thompson. Foul is whistled against Taylor Freeman, his second. First team foul called against Bellevue. 16:51 left here in the second half. Later on today, 4 more games after these initial 4 on the other side of the bracket. Pierce, which is West number 2 seed, against East number 3 seed Walla Walla. Yeah, he makes one of them. That is the game coming up at 4 o'clock. Then at 6 o'clock, it will be Clark, South number 1, against Whatcom, North number 4. 6 o'clock game. Foul called against Umpqua. I keep adding on to that total. That'll be team foul, let's see, number 4. Bellevue basketball. Foul is called against Thompson. Missed shot, Bellevue working hard, and a foul. This time it should send Freeman to the line with 2 shots. But again, getting those shots is one thing, making them is another. And the foul is called against Edison. That's his 4th foul. 5th team foul, 2 shots for Freeman. Shot is good. Checking back into the game will be the big guy, Jacob Danoff. Next one for Freeman coming up, and it is going to find a home. 8 points for him. His first 2 in the second half. Bellevue now 3 for 4 from the foul line. And over 3.5 minutes into the second half, they were down by 15 at halftime. Really haven't been able to close that gap much, and we're going to have 2 shots the other direction coming up for Umpqua. Team foul number 2 against Bellevue. That is Max Tilden called for the foul. His second at the line with the 2 shots will be Timmy Thompson. He's 2 for 4 from the line. 4 points overall. Connects on the first one. We'll have a chance to get it back to that 15-point lead. Mike Buchholz will be with you for the next 2 games here on STSPN.com, and I'm going to switch over and do PA for the next game before taking off for an evening commitment. He makes them both. 47-32 is the score. Just a tough go of it for Bellevue, trying to find a way to get back on the rails and connect in this game. Soft touch by Tilden. He's got 4.5, 6 in the game. Back down to 13 points, but a big 13 for Bellevue to go. Again, if you're just tuning in, Bellevue beat Umpqua 75-69 back on December 4th when these teams met down in Roseburg. Ball is going to go out of bounds. Bellevue basketball. Umpqua does not agree with that call. They thought it went off of one of the Bellevue players. Bellevue, once again, with an opportunity, hit a 3 ball here, and that cuts the deficit to 10 points. Last game was just amazing. Tacoma was down by 11 points a couple of times in the first half to North Idaho, and somehow they just caught fire, and they eventually built a 47-42 lead at halftime. Let that get away, got down, and it was 79-71, and they came back and won it. That one's off the rim. Final score 86-81, so Tacoma upsetting the number 1 seed, North Idaho, in their first year in the league. They're one and done. Umpqua wisely taking some time here. They've got a 13-point lead. Why not? Be careful with what you're doing out there and work for a smart move and shot. Count the basket. That's how you do it. Daniel Reno connects on the shot. And 1. Now that gets it back to 15. Bellevue would be called for their 3rd foul, and the foul that time is on Tilden. Also his 3rd foul. And a timeout on the floor, 14:59 to go in the second half. And our score is 49-34 right here at Everett Community College in the NWAC tournament. First day of competition, Game 3.
Welcome to Lewis County, home of the Willapa Hills Trail. Scenic farmland and forested landscapes await you as you cross century-old trestles on the Newaukum and Chehalis rivers with glimpses of Mount Rainier. Bring your horse, walk your dog, or enjoy a bike ride with the family and take part in the annual Ride to Willapa Bicycle Festival. Get outside and unwind. Your adventure awaits along the Willapa Hills Trail.
It has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Welcome back. Here we are at Everett Community College. Mark Ockett along with, let's see here, we've got both things all set. Sorry, I sent it to the wrong mic there. I was going to say Mike Buckholt's with me, and actually you're going to do play-by-play for the second game. I'm doing PA. I sent it to a different mic when I texted you. Well, that's what I get for trying to do it during the game. I'll give you plenty of time to get ready there. You're on in 15 minutes. No, I'm just about a half an hour, 40 minutes. Okay, we're having a lot of fun as a number of us get to work this tournament and working together. Missed shot. Here comes Umpqua out of backcourt up by 15 points, and this is one of those opportunities to run down the clock. But they're trying to be aggressive, taking it in. Traveling has been called against Timmy Thompson. PSG Washington is a proud sponsor of this year's tournament. The PSG team of highly skilled employee benefits consultants is here to guide you toward making the best decision for your business and employees. Throughout the Northwest, no other firm can match their unparalleled blend of experience and dedication to customer service. PSG Washington, we're not satisfied until you're satisfied. You are satisfied. Bellevue just cannot find a break here in this game as they trailed by 15 at halftime, and they're still down by 15. Each team has scored 9 points in this, in the second half. And we have a foul coming up. That goes against the Bulldogs. This time it is on Volman. Jaden Volman, his second foul, fourth team foul, and 2 shots for Daniel Reno. Reno, that would have been something if he was from Reno, Nevada, but not the case. He's actually from Payson, Utah. Somehow finding his way to beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Next one is there. So he connects on one of the two. It's up to a 16-point lead now. And this is the biggest lead of the game for either team. Worked around the perimeter, off the backside. They only get one shot at it again. There's Thompson pulling it down. And Umpqua will work it around. Allison has just been a big force for them with 14 points, 12 in the first half, and 10 of those points on the mid-range short jumpers as it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll stay with Umpqua. Once again, it's Everett Community College trivia time. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College each year? Well, the answer would be, amongst others, we have cutting-edge technology, and we teach you how to use it right here at Everett Community College. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. He worked hard for that one. He almost got it to drop in there. That was Ethan Betts. Betts gets it back, misses again. Skying high for the rebound. Bellevue gets it. Muir Kyung. Fast ball movement knocked away, and it's going to go back into the hands of the Umpqua Riverhawks. 2 shots now coming. This one's starting to get a little bit sloppy. Bellevue having a tough time making a move. High school district tournaments and regionals held in this building for the past several years, and Everett has found great opportunities to get the teams in here, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of energy to get the bands in here. We got a timeout called, and we'll take a break also. Each team, let's take a look at the timeouts left in this one. Each team with 3 left. We'll be back with more here on STSPN.com.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission could be anything, so we prepare for everything.
Thanks for being with us on this Thursday afternoon, March 9th, first day of the NWAC men's tournament. We'll have 4 quarterfinal games tomorrow, and then they'll get to the semifinals on March 18th, and the final, the championship game, on March 19th. That's a 5:15 p.m. game right here at the Walt Price Student Fitness Center. At the foul line, Taylor Freeman, 16-point lead, now 17. Or rather, across the other side, that is Timmy Thompson. Thompson makes the basket. He now is 5 for 7 from the line and misses that one. It's a 17-point lead, biggest lead of the game. Biggest one for Umpqua. Under 13 minutes left to go in the second half. Bellevue got a big road to go here to see if this works. Nope, short. Their shot's been off. In that first half, they only shot 34%, and it's been a struggle in the second half, too. Checking back into the game, Darren Gethers. Gethers had an excellent first half offensively. Picked up 10 points, a 3-ball, 3 two-pointers, and a foul shot in there. Hasn't scored yet here in the second half, but he'll do a good job handling the ball. And again, for Umpqua, they've got to work on just playing smart and not letting that lead dissipate. Bellevue, a little back and forth, but not able to get any points. It's been a little while since they scored. Yeah. Kyung short. When you start missing shots like that, that would be an indication that your legs or your body's getting tired when your legs just aren't quite getting you up enough to make those shots. So that seems to be a problem right now for Bellevue, as they're coming up short on a lot of shots. That foul is on Jake Stevens of Umpqua, his first, 6th team foul. Bellevue got into the bonus there, or actually committed 9 fouls that allowed Umpqua to get to the foul line in the first half. Umpqua committed just 4 team fouls, and Bellevue gets it back, but you can get the ball back as many times as they have been, but you have to hit those shots. Nearly stolen. That guy, Danhoff, is quick. And taking it in for the basket is Muir Kyung. He has 6 points, 4 in the half. Back down to 15, but a 5-possession game. Under 12 minutes to go in the second half. Could be a long 12 minutes for Bellevue if they don't get on some kind of a run here. Stepping out of bounds that time was Gethers. Turns it over to Bellevue. Umpqua's been doing well on not turning the ball over a real tremendous amount. Max Tilden checking back into the game for Bellevue. He will replace Elijah Tyson. The thing to make note on with Tilden is that he has 3 fouls on him. He leads Bellevue in that department. Jordan Muir-Kyung with 2 fouls for Taylor Freeman. That defense has been stifling, and Bellevue just seems to get that one shot every time down, and that's about it, if they don't turn the ball over. Tilden kicking it out, and a blocking foul. Well, it helps out a little bit. That will be team foul number 7. Whistled this time against Danhoff, his second. Going to the foul line will be Jordan Muir-Kyung. 1-1 for him. First one right down the middle. Now 7 points in the game. He averages 16.5 per contest. Again, thanks to everybody viewing on STSPN.com. Baden, the official basketball of the NWAC tournament. Also Red Lion, the official hotel. Under Armour, a great sponsor, as well as the National Guard. 13-point lead for Umpqua. Just clicking under 11 minutes to go in the second half. Sponsor out here too, Integrated Rehabilitation Group and Shannon O'Kelly. Missed shot. Now for Bellevue, they can creep a little closer. Still plenty of time. Muir-Kyung takes it to the basket. Doesn't make it, but he will have 2 more shots coming up. This will be 2 straight up, not a 1-and-1. That foul is team foul number 8, and it goes against Grant Ellison, his second foul. Muir-Kyung at the foul line. First shot on the way is good. Well, that'll take him now up to 9 points in the game. So the stock market closing just a little while ago. Let's take a look. Can we get a Tiffany and see how it did? It finally went green, meaning gain as opposed to in the red. It's like the Jerry Lewis telethon. Todd, put your cans back on again. Excuse me?
You like that?
Yeah. Yeah, so Bellevue cuts it to an 11-point deficit, down from 16. Who knows? Just maybe. I mean, there's certainly plenty of time left in this one. The Dow closed down 2.46, NASDAQ down 1.25, and S&P 500 down 1.89. Or up, everybody up, everybody up. 2.46 up, also 1.25 up, and S&P up 1.89. Miss on the shot. And Todd, looking at your stock, Ford down 0.03 cents. It is what it is.
They'll come back.
Oh, yeah. They're having a good decade. Driving to the basket and missing on the shot, Timmy Thompson. Bellevue in a good position right here. Just have to find a way to burst into that single-digit category. 9:45 left in the half and possibly the game. Muir-Kyung going to the basket. This could be his last game. It goes off his knee. He can't believe it. He's pleading with the official. Al Leonard is the crew chief. Eric Cheatley, the umpire. Also the other umpire, Justin St. Pierre. We have a timeout on the floor, and we'll take a timeout as well. This is STSPN.com. Mark Ockett with you, and Todd Elvig bringing you the action. Mike Buchholz to bring you the next game.
You know you need a getaway when your laundry pile is bigger than the last mountain you biked. It's time. Go Oak Ridge, the mountain bike capital of the Northwest, where you'll find miles of single track without lots of people. After your downhill ride, swap stories and battle scars over a pint, then stay and play another day. To plan your getaway, go to EugeneCascadesCoast.org/go. It's time. Go Oak Ridge.
Thanks for being with us, spending your Thursday afternoon. There's a lot more coming. Todd, we have 5 games after this. Right on, big guy?
5.
Yeah, 5. We're just getting rolling. I'm having a blast. It's been a good time so far, although this one hasn't been as tight as our first 2, but you never know. As they're about just inside the 9.5-minute mark, defensive plays like that can help. And Bellevue putting the pressure on in front court, forcing that turnover. And now let's see if they can capitalize on the offensive end, try to squeeze this one in a little tighter. 11-point lead. It's Tilden down low. I think he was grabbed.
11 is not undoable for 9 minutes.
No, it's not. Umpqua has played very well, though. This will be team foul number 9. Tilden will go to the foul line, and the foul is called against Ellison, his third. Leader for them is Edison with 4. Edison and Ellison. Sound like a law firm? Perhaps. Or a bait shop, right?
Edison, Ellison. Sounds like a
Ellison
engine or something.
Yeah, well, there you go. Tilden connects on the first one. This is his first trip to the foul line. 7 points in the game, 5 in the half. It's 10 points now. Bellevue had a 7-point lead early at 14-7, and the roof came in on them after that. Tilden trying to build that roof back up. 9-point game. Bellevue applying the defense as they back up a little bit coming into front court. They got to watch the fouls, too. Inside, they're trying to crowd it out in there as the double team on the trap over on the left side. That is Geathers. Couple on him. Oh, great move by Geathers. His first 2 points of the second half, and it's 53-42. Back to an 11-point lead. Muir-Kyung. Shadle. So Freeman, Babian, and Muir-Kyung are the sophomore. They got a lot of guys coming back next year. Tilden backs him off. Steps in. Nice move. That looked good on the release, but he couldn't get it to drop and a push-off. If that goes on Tilden, which I think it will, that would be his 4th foul. It is on him. 5th team foul. Make that 6th team foul. That's a tough one right there. Tilden comes out of the lineup. Also coming out is Jacob Shadle. He'll be replaced by Trey Nelson. Nelson is good underneath. He's not extremely tall, but he jumps very well. Makes a big difference. Nelson is at 5'10". You wouldn't know it, though. He plays a lot bigger than that. Handling the basketball, Betts. Creeping up on the 8-minute-to-go mark in the second half. First quarterfinal has been determined, and that will feature Peninsula against Tacoma tomorrow at 2 o'clock. First game of the day. Big miss. Bellevue has it again. Another chance to capitalize. Junior Jordan Muir-Kyung takes it in. 2 points.
I like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, a little easier tomorrow. What would that? You get out here about noon then?
Well, we'll get out of here about midnight tonight.
No, I know that, but you'll get out here at about noon tomorrow.
Yeah. That's
so
right.
You get a chance to get a little rest before you do some other stuff before you come out here. I'd love to be out here, but I've got a couple of announcing events for the Washington Huskies tomorrow. But I'll be thinking of you guys.
How can they have those Husky events going on at the same time as this? Cause
you know,
there has to probably be nobody show up to those because of these.
That they didn't check and consult with NWAC first, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
So it's tennis tomorrow. That's at 2 o'clock. And then baseball for me again at 6 o'clock against Indiana State. Hey, it's fun to be doing all these sports, though, right, Todd? I mean, we're bathing in it throughout the year. We love it.
I love every minute of it. And I noticed David Kruger's in the house from the Seattle Times.
I'm going to get in trouble because the basket is good by Danhoff, as Bellevue will have it. David was supposed to join me on Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.3 on Monday, but our interviews ran a little long, and I had to bump him. But he was gracious about it. I gave him a rain check.
Well, that's how you can tell if the sports are real, if the Seattle Times shows up. And David's here, so we're good.
He is here. And I'm sure we'll have good coverage from the Everett Herald, too.
Absolutely.
So we have the foul called on Freeman, his third, 7th team foul, and 2 shots. At the foul line will be Betts. No, it's 1-1. They changed. Okay. So he makes the first one. Betts is 1 for 2 from the line. It's back to a 12-point lead. Todd, it starts really, it is crunch time. It's 6:51 to go, and he misses that shot. Bellevue really, with a 4-possession deficit, they have got to turn it on here and not make mistakes like what happened there.
Well, 10 points, they haven't been able to really break that for real.
No. They got it down to 9, but then Umpqua just flipped the switch, and the Riverhawks build it back up.
Of course,
again.
the Hawks are kind of letting them hang around a little bit, though, too. They haven't really been able to get past. I mean, we're at 12 points right now, but I mean, 10 points is about where they've been the whole game, and they haven't really pulled away from them.
That's true, and Bellevue, with as well coached as they are, and the members of the team aren't going to go away. And that is a miss by Geathers on the 1-and-1. Foul that time was called on Volman, his third. Team foul number 8. Bellevue still with a chance, certainly. But you have to capitalize. There's the shot. Frustrating for them. They end up getting the rebound. Nelson, he dishes off, and flung up that time was Freeman. Did not make it happen. Out of bounds it goes. Just kind of ugly on that series right there. You hand out. You're loving those press credentials. They look great.
Absolutely.
Bounce pass down low and a miss. Look at that. Ellison following the trailer. Gets it done. Ellison has 4.5 points, 16 in the game, and he is the leading scorer. 3-point basket. Count that one for Freeman. All right, let's take stock of things. 5:50 to go. Second half, an 11-point lead for Umpqua. Umpqua's got that lead, but Bellevue can make something happen here. We got a foul. Pulling the rebound down was Taylor Freeman. And quickly a whistle. This looks to be, and it will be, against Umpqua, which will put them at 10 fouls and double bonus time. Well, that can play into Bellevue's advantage, although Bellevue has 8 team fouls. You like the hustle, but that time too much hustle by the player sneaking in there, and that was Timmy Thompson. Thompson now with 4 fouls, just like Edison. So going to the foul line with 2 shots will be Freeman. Freeman has 11 points in the game, 6 in the first half, 5 in the second half, and he is 2 for 2 from the foul line. Count that one. All right, it's sitting at 10 points. I mean, there's certainly some drama left in this one, just like the first 2 games. This is not Umpqua's game clinched by any stretch of the imagination. But again, you cannot miss or just make 1 shot. They had 2 shots at it, and now it's going to be Umpqua basketball, up by 10 points. All those foul shots down the stretch are so important. Ball pumped outside. And take it, Thompson. It goes out of bounds, Bellevue ball. Okay, 5:16 left, second half. 10-point lead for the Riverhawks against the Bulldogs. Can the team from Roseburg, Oregon finish the job, or will Bellevue find a way to come back, tie or take the lead? Now coming up on the 5-minute mark in the second half. Murik Young with the basketball. Out top, Freeman drives in, tosses one up, a runner, and Mike Buckhold sitting next to him. We talked a lot about the runners and how they're not an efficient shot. Either you take it in all the way and get the high percentage shot inside, or you pull up and straighten up and take a shot. And we do have a timeout now. We have a foul on the floor, too. That's going to go against Babbion, his second, 9th team foul. And a timeout called. Stays at 58-48, 4:50 left in the second half. Stay with us here on ESPN.com.
At NIC, we've been investing in our future. New career and technical facility at North Idaho College, the future of tomorrow's workforce. And North get you the job together. College. Start here, go.
Here we are at ESPN.com. topic here. Mike Buchholz will be on for the next 2 games. I'll go down and do PA the next game. So some roundabout activity there. As at the foul line will be Timmy Thompson. Everybody lining up, and the first shot is good. Back to an 11-point lead with 4:56 to go. And he makes it. Olympic College is a place to pursue your dreams on and off the court and field. With 11 women's and men's athletic teams and numerous academic programs, there's something for everyone at Olympic College. Learn more at olympiccollege.info/athletics. Out of bounds, Bellevue basketball, and the 12-point lead. So right here, as they've tried to do things inside, and can't say that their outside shooting has been effective in the second half. Let's see if that works. Finally, it does. Connecting, Trey Nelson. 3-point basket, it's down to 9, but that's a long 9 to come back from the way it's been going. Ellison off the rim. They get another 30 on the shot clock. Umpqua with the basketball and 4:21 left in the second half. Taking it in. Great move by Thompson. He's put in a lot from the foul line and now gets his second field goal of the game. Up to 11 points. Outside, Mura Kyung. He was thinking shot. Back over to Tyson, and then Kyung misses the 3-point basket.
Well, they certainly can't trade baskets.
Well, and that's been happening a lot in this. Oh, inside, down low. Look out. That is Betts. That really makes it difficult. 13-point lead for Umpqua. Let's give them a lot of credit for stepping up whenever they need to. When Bellevue starts making a move, Umpqua kicks it into gear and starts getting the job done. 2 shots on the way. Thompson with the foul, his 5th. He's done. And 2 shots coming up for Babayan.
What kind of points did he have?
Oh, today Thompson had, 3 points in the first half, and a lot of them overall from the foul line, as he's had 5 points from the line in the second half, 6, and so 10 points in the game. He's just another one of those guys, too, that's done a great job on both ends of the court. Babian hits the first shot. Bellevue's going to have to play nearly perfect. They put the big man back in. Max Tilden, playing with 4 fouls, has spent a chunk of time on the bench. And the shot is good. So if you didn't catch it earlier this week, Jeremy Eggers, who's been the head coach at Bellevue in his 14th season now, was named athletic director earlier this week. He's been assistant athletic director, and he will be the new athletic director at Bellevue College. He's been the assistant AD there throughout a big chunk of the time he's been there, and so he gets to be the head of the program now, and he is well-deserved. Inside, and miss and a foul. Mike Buchholz, have you wired him up to join me now? Okay, thank you. So I know you've worked with Jeremy when you've worked with me down on games down at Bellevue, and so congratulations to him. He will not be retaining the head coaching spot, though. A lot of stuff on his plate at this point.
And as you pointed out the other day, one of my former players, Brendan Anderson, is his assistant coach.
Well,
so
assistant for the women.
For the women, yes.
For Mel Stubblefield. But, yeah, absolutely. She's a delightful person and a smart basketball person and part of your coaching legacy, right? Absolutely.
I guess you would call that the coaching tree, but the reason I mentioned that with Jeremy is that he had that stint where he was both the men and the women's coach.
That's true.
There, so.
Yeah, he was, and that was about 4 seasons ago. Mel Stubblefield in his 3rd year, and Jeremy did a good job for both of those. But that's a tough road to try to have all put together. Both foul shots are good. The foul that time was against Tilden, and he fouls out of the game. The big guy is done, so he wasn't out there too long before he picked up that 5th foul. Mura Kyung with the basketball. It's back to a 13-point lead, and that shot is not going to win you ball games. Coming up on 3 minutes left to go. Stolen away. Bowman dumps it left side, Tyson. Tyson didn't make the basket, but you could see he drew contact. And it's been a tough one for Bellevue. Mike, I know you've been up here for a while now, and watching this, it's one of those situations they just can't burst the bubble, as the foul is called on Danhoff, his third. And they're both at 10 team fouls.
Bellevue does have an opportunity here, though, with the clock stop, which is one of the strategies. But, of course, you have to make those free throws count.
And so it will be another shot coming up for Tyson. Tyson with 2 points, and it stays at 2 points. Just 2 points in the first half. Settles it 0 for 2 from the line right here.
And Bellevue is going to have to start bombing some threes in.
Underneath. Oh, great move on the reverse by Danhoff. He went underneath, went the different way, and up with the, looked like the left hand that time as he got the job done. With the basketball is Muir Kyung. His reverse won't work. He gets it on the second try. He's had a solid second half with a total of 12 points, 14 in the game. And we have a timeout once again. As you see on your screen, a 13-point lead for the Umpqua Riverhawks, the Hawks for short. And we'll be back with more fourth quarter action here from the NWAC tournament on STSPN.com and on the NWAC website. Thanks for being with us, and we're still just drooling over the Curry 3 shoes we keep seeing ads for, and we're going to set up financing to be able to get those.
So there's a 5 second.
We're spending all our money on goodies here like souvenirs.
5 second violation on the throw-in. The inbounder tried to call timeout, but you are not allowed to call timeout after 4 seconds. So he got the timeout before the whistle, but it was not allowed. You have to 80% of the time.
There's a shot off the right wing and no good by Muir Kyung, and we do have a foul. And really, Mike, it's a 13-point game, but just the way this is going, Bellevue just has not been able to seize momentum at all after falling down by 15 points in the first half. I think before you got here, Bellevue built up a 14-7 lead early, and then it was Umpqua just coming on like a Riverhawk, and they came blazing back and build up the 15-point halftime lead. Babian called for the foul. We have 2 shots, and at the foul line missing is Reno on the first one. He is 1 for 4 from the foul line. All his shots in the second half. 3 points in the game.
Well, you need a significant momentum change, and you've got to rein in some threes and take advantage of the turnovers, and Bellevue has not been doing that.
Losing it out of bounds is Taylor Freeman. Bellevue just looks kind of worn out there and have been for a while. And they're putting the effort forth, and their legs look tired. And Umpqua has played them tough right from the beginning. This game was tied a couple times early on, actually 3 times. Got up to 6-6, and then Bellevue got that early lead before relinquishing it. And Umpqua taking charge the rest of the way. And Loser is out.
I like the inbounds there where nobody was open, but the defender had his back to the inbounder, so he bounced the pass off of the defender and claimed it and controlled the ball.
That foul will be on Jordan Muir Kyung, his third. Double bonus. There is Ellison at the foul line. Hits the first one. He is 3 for 3 from the line and now has 17 points in the game. Coming out of the game, Jacob Danhoff. Danhoff, 6 points overall. He's played a lot. Make that 9 points. He's played a lot in this game. Ellison connects on them both, and it's a 16-point lead. This is looking like a lock now for Umpqua with the way things have been going. Muir Kyung goes far outside. Missed by Nelson. Umpqua probably put the coffin nail in right here. Behind the back pass didn't work out, but, you know, a little razzle-dazzle near the end of the game. I know how much you must, as a longtime coach, you're just loving that one, aren't you?
I loved it as a player.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It's still fun when you get out there and take and do some practice shots or whatever to do the old behind the back. And we got a jump ball. That is going back to Umpqua with 1:43 left to go. And Umpqua, with a victory, would advance on and play the winner of South Puget Sound against Big Bend. Leave that stuff alone over there, Todd. South Puget Sound and Big Bend is coming up at 2 o'clock in the 4th of 8 games today. We started at 8 a.m. this morning. Wheels up for me from the south end at 5:57. Fortunately, I didn't have much turbulence except through Seattle on the flight up. And then it was a nice approach coming into Everett. People actually do believe I flew up here.
At 5:57, I can tell you my wheels were down.
I can imagine, but yeah, got the early 3, and actually we got up and running. It was, I honestly think through the years I've been doing this, it's about 30 years, that was the earliest I've done a game. I don't recall doing it. 9 o'clock several times for the high school basketball games, but not 8. No complaints. The foul that time was on Nelson, his 4th foul, and let's see here. Or Taylor Freeman, his 4th foul. And the first shot was a make for Ellison. He's just adding on to his points. Averages 20.1 per game, and he's at 19 right now. Go ahead.
I was going to say, when you did those 9 a.m. games, a lot of those were mine when I was coaching.
I know how much you love those. Man, how is that? And I know we've discussed it off air, a couple of makes. And so Ellison is done for the day. He's right at his average of 20 points per game, but it does add an extra element when you have to get them up that early. And I mean early, because they got to get showered, dressed, and go through their warm-ups too.
I think of the 10 9 a.m. games that I had, I think I won one of them.
Wow, 10 of them though. That's incredible.
It may
like
not
every year, wasn't it?
It may not have been 10, but it seemed like it.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
Burlington, you had quite a few.
Burlington and Arlington both.
Yeah. Oh, my. They just keep battling for it. Less than a minute to go. It looks like a volleyball game down there. Bellevue comes out with the basketball. Dished over on the right side, Tyson. Tyson closes it out well. 4 points for him. A 16-point lead, and now it's just a matter of what the final score will be, as we're going to have a winner in Umpqua Riverhawks. They are the South number 2 team. Bellevue season will come to an end. They'll have a new men's basketball coach next year, and we'll see who that is. Driving to the basket is Geathers. I think what's kind of cool is Jeremy Eggers has had a great legacy, leaves a great legacy, but at the same time, he also gets to choose the next coach as athletic director. So, I know there's a couple names out there I'd like it to be, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut. And I hope it's one or the other of those guys. Not you, Todd. You're off the list. We need you up north. Sorry. I like you, but it's not going to happen. All right, the foul is on Geathers. His first foul at the foul line with the shot. Ryan Fisher into the game, a freshman. Fisher misses the second one. Fisher is from Mount Si High School, and time running down. 3, 2, 1, and there's the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. Our final score, Umpqua 75 and Bellevue 58. So Umpqua wins this game, and they will move on to play the winner of South Puget Sound against Big Bend. That game is next. The game Mike's going to do the first of 2. He's going to do the 2 o'clock game. Mike's also going to do the 4 o'clock game, which will be Pierce against Walla Walla, coming up at 4 o'clock. Just to take a look, well, I'll tell you, Ellison had himself a great ball game, 20 points to lead Umpqua in scoring. And it looks like, as I add these up quickly, that he was the leading scorer for both teams. Jordan Muir-Kyung, who averages 16.5 a game, he finishes his career at Bellevue, coming up with 12 points in the second half, 14 in the game. He's the leading scorer for the Bellevue Bulldogs. Again, final score, Umpqua 75, Bellevue 58. Want to thank all of our sponsors. I'm going to move down on the court now and do public address, as it's a decathlon of announcing here today. And Mike, you're going to take the chair. You have the lovely ladies Maggie and Karen to help you with statistics. I'll also bring some up at halftime, and make sure you pay them well, okay?
I will.
All righty.
Dinner's on the menu.
There you go. Hey, I'll tell you what. You do not want to miss that room downstairs, because right there on the second floor, so easily, so convenient for us. And Todd actually has a conveyor belt, like conveyor belt sushi, bringing the food back and forth. So it's worked out well. This is Josh behind us. Todd, we're going to wrap it up. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you back here next week when I'm doing PA. I got a lot of other stuff going on, so I have to exit. Prompted us. And thank you, sir. You're off the mic, but I see you over there. And also a hello to your wonderful and lovely wife, Susan. So, all right, final score 75-58. Mike Buchholz is next after we take about a 15-minute break. Thanks, everybody. Remember, winning is for today, and sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Mark Hockett saying good afternoon.
Local farmers markets are a convenient place to get fresh, healthy food and products for your family. Lewis County has numerous markets that provide you with an affordable choice of fresh food products. Many of those farms are also available to purchase from directly, so you can take comfort in knowing exactly where your food is coming from. Meet your farmer, know your food. We make it easy in Lewis County.